Well, the weatherman said it was supposed to rain frogs and pitchforks today, and in perfect fashion, beautiful day. I wish I could be wrong half the time and keep my frickin' job. So, what is this whole MajikSmoke thing? Well, that's the nickname I had for my 1994 Nissan Hardbody. Story behind the truck is this. I got the truck in 95, 96, whenever I was working for Custom Stereo and Cellular. I had a little 88 Nissan hardbody that I drove all through high school. Had it slammed, painted up, snug top, full walkthrough. Big system. I love that truck. I put a lot of time and money in, and I didn't have a whole lot of money back then. I was just a high school student. But with a lot of help from my old man and saving every penny I made from my job, pretty much all went in the truck. But I wrecked that truck on Beltline and Inwood on a day when it was kind of rainy. Um, Hurt me pretty bad. Not the wreck, just losing that truck. And basically, I just crushed up the front end, and it could have been fixed with some sheet metal, but I never would have been able to match the paint. David Dancy did a full crazy concrete flame paint job on it, and it was out there. But I decided to go ahead and buy that truck back from the insurance company. Sold it to a coworker friend of mine who wanted to take it and fix it up, and I just pulled all the equipment out of it, all the sound gear and everything else. And at that time, my dad's best friend was president of a bank, and he said, "Hey, I know your son's looking for one of these little Nissan trucks. We just got one on a repo. A little old man owned this truck, and he bought it for hauling square bales and feed out to his horses. Well, sadly, the little old man was getting up there in age, and he didn't feel like he could take care of his horses anymore the way that they deserved to be taken care of. So he did the responsible thing and rehomed all of his horses. And seeing as how he didn't need the truck and he was up there in age, he basically just told the bank, "Fuck it, I'm not paying anymore. Come get it." So Dad's friend let me know, "Hey, we got this little 94 in. It's a good looking truck, low miles, well taken care of. Come see it." And the second I saw it and saw the condition that it was in, I wanted it. So I took the money that I got from selling the 88 and put it down on this one and financed out the rest. I think my payments were something like $120 something dollars. I mean, at that point in time, I was in college, and even I could afford that. So, not long after I got the truck, I decided, stock sucks. I've never kept a stock truck for very long. I've got to do something to make it my own. So, rolled the truck over to a buddy's shop in Fort Worth where we did the 3-inch blocks to lower the rear, readjusted the torsion bars up front, and we put on a set of 16-inch Z71 wheels with low pro tires that I had centerboard to 295, so they would fit over this gigantic hub of this tiny little truck. At that time, I was working for Custom Stereo still. Went in with my buddy Mike Grider, aka Iggy, and we blew through the whole interior. We put a 8-inch sub inside of a custom center console, kicker components, Alpine head unit, Alpine changer, Orion 225 HCCA amps, audio control EQX, and it was a good sound cue system. It sounded really good. Now, I wasn't going to wake the neighbors with the window shattering bass like I had in the other truck, but it was nice. It was what I needed at the time. I wasn't sacrificing a bunch of space. I didn't have to do a blow through and all that stuff. So, rolled the truck like that until after I graduated college. I got a job working for the phone company, making twice as much money and working half as many hours as I had in my entire life. So I decided, it's time to do something with the truck. So I took the truck over to my friends at Texas Paint and Body over in Plano, and they shaved the doors, the third brake light, relocated the tailgate handle and shaved it, shaved the front badging. We did a trans billet, grill, Toyota two-wheel drive front bumper and valence with a trans insert in it. Painted it the shade of green that it is now, and I loved it. I was back in love with this truck more than I'd ever been with my old truck, with my '88. That was the second iteration of this truck. And around 2005, 2006, I put a set of the 18-inch chrome 6-spoke Titans on here, and I'd added a Checker Pro tonneau, and I also did a Clifford IntelliGuard IQ 900 alarm system in it, which I love that alarm. It's still in here. Added a remote start to it. Me and my boy Iggy did all the work there, and I was happy. But I've always wanted to bag a truck. Since I was pre-teen, I've just loved mini trucks, and when I saw my first bagged truck, I was hooked. I mean, back in the old school days, whenever I started doing work with mini trucks, if you had air shocks at all four corners and you could adjust the height of your vehicle, you were the shit. But when I saw my first bag job, and then I saw my first bag and body drop right, I was like, that's it. That's what I want to do. That's what I'm gonna do. So we're about to go into the third iteration of this truck. It's sat for over 7 years. This past week I've been working on it and got the fuel tank pulled, drained all the old fluid out of it, or all the old varnished fuel out of it, got it all cleaned out, purged the lines out, put a little bit of Marvel mystery oil down each of the cylinder bores, put a new battery on it, put about 7 gallons of fresh ethanol-free fuel in it, and it cranked and ran on the first lick. I was over the moon. And it's got a little bit of that KA 2400 rattle, the tensioner and timing chain. The tensioner and the guides are gone pretty much. That's a known issue with these KA motors, these four-banger Nissans. The motor's got 200,000 miles on it. It doesn't owe me anything. It's been a phenomenal truck. The only time this one's ever left me stranded on the side of the road was right around 2006, 2007, whenever the factory fuel pump decided to give up the ghost. And that's all I've had to do to it in its entire life is change a fuel pump. So, and of course consumables like brake pads and rotors and things like that. But this past week, put new front rotors and pads on it, gave her a good wash down, and I'm excited. I've got a Thor Bros Weldon C-notch kit. I've got all moved upper and lower control arm bushings, ball joints. We're redoing tie rod ends. Everything's getting all brand new. Going to freshen up the suspension with a set of RE6 Slam Specialties bags in the front and RE7s out back. Got a Thor Bros Super Lift triangulated 4-link coming for the rear. I've got a dual pack of Bi-Air 480s compressors, and ordered a Airlift 3H air management system. So we've got most of the parts. Oh, I've got some Roadie Fab plates to plate the upper control arms, because we're going to swap the upper control arms to the opposite side and flip them to help the ball joint angle out a bit on these 18-inch wheels and tires. But she's going to be a lot of work, and I'm going to be making a lot of posts about this thing. I really want to do some cool time-lapse videos of whenever I take it over to my buddy Jeremy's shop. He's got a new lift in his shop. His shop's at his house, so he's not a professional mechanic or fabricator. He's just a hardcore car guy like me. And we're going to be bagging it. I want to get some really good footage of that. I want to get some really, really, really good time lapses of us working on the truck and kind of explaining what we're doing, how we're doing. And I think it's finally going to be the realization of a dream. My wife, I talked to her like last November, right before New Year's, and I said, hey, this is the year. This is the year that I either do something on the truck or I get rid of it because it's just taking up space. And she said, baby, I know this has always been a dream of yours. I'm behind you 100%, just as long as you don't spend us into the poorhouse. And I promised her I wouldn't. And so I've got all the love and support of an amazing woman. So we are full go. And I think I've got all my parts, everything I need. Now it's just doing the work. And I hope to take y'all along for the ride for that work. And hopefully you enjoy it. But yeah, she's been through the ringer. I mean, this has been one hell of a good little truck. I can't complain about it at all. There's the original set of wheels that I had for it, those old Z71s that have been centerboard out. These are the new 18-inch units. Those are 16s. I've got a set of drop spindles for the front, Beltex, or maybe they're chassis techs. I don't know. It's been so long since I've ordered most of this stuff. But if you look over here in this corner of the shop, or the garage, all those are just boxes. I mean, you can see the C-notch there. That whole box right here is full of nothing but Moog suspension parts. Funny story, my boy J-Rock sent me a set of Orion mids that I bought off of him, and they're in that box. So shout out to my boy J-Rock. Hope to see you commenting and coming along. In this box, in this big huge box right here, that's the new Cali combo for the rear. It's a tailgate skin and roll pan combo. In this box, I've got a huge, massive interior trim panels. New headliner, A-pillars, B-pillars. Basically, the truck didn't have any of that. It's just all sheet metal from the B-pillar and the back wall. And it's got that vinyl headliner that has like the 3 panels in it. All that's going away. Gonna pull the dash, going to glass and smooth it all out. Probably gonna paint the same color as the exterior of the truck. There's my custom center console that me and my boy Iggy built, and this is how long it's been. That's a car kit, a 3-watt Motorola car kit for a StarTAC Elite. It's been, this truck was built back in the day before iPhones and shit. That head unit, that Alpine head unit, doesn't even have Bluetooth. It's crazy. But yeah, we're gonna redo the door panels, doing them up big. We're gonna pull all the plastics and scuff them down, paint them up. Colors, I'm not really 100% on just yet. The bench seat's going away. I've got a set of buckets out of a Pathfinder here. I'm gonna delete the headrests, have those recovered, have them refoamed, and I'm gonna have to re-dye these trim panels here to match the color I decided to go with inside here. So it's gonna be a lot of work, but definitely gonna be worth it. But yeah, there's what we have stock. Let the fun begin. Hope y'all are gonna buckle in. There's the bed. Buckle in, enjoy the ride. I guess subscribe if You want to keep getting updates on this stuff. Talk to y'all soon.